Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Beyond the Sewing Room. I'm Diane. So today I'm going to share with you my latest make. So I've had this fabric for a little while and it's for a brand ambassador post for Minerva. Now I don't get paid for this video, this is completely my own views, but I was gifted the fabric by them to do a post for them a little while ago, and I was really undecided what to make with this because I had a plan but then it's changed a number of times. So this is the fabric that I chose for my particular make this time, and it's a gabardine. Now it's cotton gabardine and it is pecan pie, that's the shade. So there's different shades that you can go for, but I wanted something quite neutral. Now a little while ago in one of my videos I did share sort of spring jacket plans. I didn't get around to making it, I didn't see the right fabric, and then this just caught my eye. It was exactly what I had in mind, and I had originally thought back in the spring maybe a bomber jacket, but I've not gone for that. So it's a gorgeous fabric, it's got a soft feel to it. It's a really nice weight. I have lined it as well, the jacket, because although it's really hot at the moment here in the UK, we're having a little bit of summer weather at last. I'm sure it won't last, and we only get a very short window of summer in the UK anyway. So it's always good to have a lined jacket. So I thought I'd show you the plans that I had in mind and what I ended up doing. I'm going to give a reveal of the jacket, so stick around for that. I'm also going to share a few other jackets that I've made from one of the patterns and why I chose to leave that one and go for this particular one. So the patterns that were on my options were these three. So my original idea was that I was going to make, all along from this fabric arriving, I was going to make the Mimi G. So the Mimi G, as you can see, it's got lots of details. It's got the pockets, it's got the pocket flaps here, the pockets in the side with the welt, all the top stitching details. It's a really lovely pattern. I have made it before, I made it as a sample, and I really loved that particular one. And that was what I thought I would make with this fabric. So I went to a fabric shop last week with the intention of getting the top stitching thread for it, along with a few other buys, but that's for another video. So that's that one. As I said, I have made it and I know that it does turn out really well. And then this one is the Burda 7018. Now, if you've watched this channel before, you will know that I have made this jacket. Now, I love this jacket. It's got a really good fit. I've already got the pattern pieces cut to my size, so I know it fits perfectly. Again, it's got all the top stitching details. The pockets on the front of this one are mock though, not the same as with the Mimi G. And I have made it two ways. I've made it a little longer and I made it with a band. And I've made 3 jackets in this style in total. I think it's just 3. And so I was still, which one shall I make? And then last week for a work project, I got to make the Harriet jacket by Style Arc. Now, as you can see, this is different. It's a smarter jacket. Doesn't have any pockets at all on this one. It does have bust darts and it also has darts in the back of the sleeve and just a little collar, and it buttons up to the neck, or you can wear it open. I made that one in a printed linen for a sample. I really liked it. I think it's a really nice pattern. It's a good fit. It's a nice shape. And that one could be more formal or you could wear it casual. So I was undecided. So the reason I went for the one that I did was this one has been made already quite a number of times. I have it in my possession 3 different ways already. This one is something different. I'm trying to get away of just making the same thing or the same kind of thing, so I thought I'd go for this one. So I'm going to show you my Burda ones and then I will reveal my jacket. I've got pictures that I'm going to insert of me wearing it. I'll also show you on the mannequin and the lining that I opted for and what the lining is and why I chose that one. So first up, I made the Burda one some time ago and I made this lovely black denim one. Now I look back on my blog actually and I made this 10 years ago. I can't believe that that time has gone so fast. Now I have changed this a number of times because I've changed the lining, and currently it's got 2 linings inside it because I put this latest one over the top. The reason I changed it was because it's got Paul Smith cotton lining, which is gorgeous, white and pink, but I found it was grabbing a little on clothing, so I went for this blue silky lining, and now the clothes just slide on and off. It's got these lovely silver buttons. It's a gorgeous weight of denim. I wear it loads. It's quite heavy, especially now that it's got 2 linings in it. And I just love this jacket. And I will go on wearing it, and I don't need another one like that. So that one will be with me for quite some time. Then I made a lightweight version for the summer without the bottom band, and it's this one, and this is in a cotton. Again, it's got a grey lining inside, a bit of a beehive theme going on here, and this one's got grey buttons, and this one is really lightweight, almost sort of a blouse almost, but it's lined, as I said. And again, really nice, but great to just slip on in the summer. But as it's printed, it does need to be something plain you're wearing. And then the latest one, if you watch my videos and you saw the one that I made with the gifted sort of tweedy fabric, and I mixed it with a denim, was this one that I made. Now I'm really proud of this one. This one turned out really well. I did add pockets on this one, even though they're not on the jacket. I've added them in the side, and it's also got the tabs at the bottom in denim. It has jean buttons on it. And if you're interested in seeing more about that one, I will insert a link to the video at the end where I show that one off a bit more fully if you've not seen that one before. And that one is more of a winter make because this has got a really heavy feel to it, and then again it's lined. And as I said, these are proper pockets on this one, so I did change it slightly. But I love that one also. So being creatures of habit, I did want to instantly turn to my trusted, loved pattern and make that one again in this lovely fabric. But then I thought, no, all my jackets are going to have exactly the same feel to them. Even though I love it, I have 3 like that already, I'll go for the Harriet. So as I said, the Harriet by Style Arc has not got any pockets on the front. Now I did begin making it up. I started making it up. I got to the point where it wasn't lined or finished off in any way, but the sleeves were in, and I tried it on. And I did find at this point that I personally found it a little bit plain, because as I said, the sample one that I made in this fabric was a lovely big bold print, and that was all the detail that it needed really. It had 2 buttons sort of here and here, and then one right at the top so you could button it up at the neck if you wanted to. Now I don't tend to wear my jackets like that very often. In the winter I'm sometimes done up to the neck, but this is not a winter jacket. And then I will tend to wear a scarf as well, so sometimes they are still open but I'm covered up at the neck with a scarf. So I didn't feel that I wanted a buttonhole in the lapel here for when it's open on mine. So I've chosen to leave that button and buttonhole at the very top out of mine. I also said I felt it was a little plain, with it being a plain fabric on the front. So I've decided to make pockets on mine. So as you can see, it's just plain front on this jacket. It's a crop version of a jacket, so it just sort of sits at the waistline, or sort of just below the waistline. And what I decided to do was just get some paper and have a play around with different pocket shapes. So I've got my paper here, and as you can see, it's been cut. Got chunks out of it where I was trying things out. It's got a flap here where I tried out. Thought about having a flap going back like this, having it square, having it shaped. So I tried around different things, placing them on the jacket, standing back and having a look. I would suggest you do the same if you want to modify your Harriet jacket. Just get some paper, any paper, it doesn't have to be craft paper. Cut some shapes out, cut them out of fabric. It doesn't even have to be the same fabric really. If you don't have loads left, you could just use any fabric. You're just getting an idea of the size and the seam allowance that you'll need. Place them on your jacket and see what you think. So I went for this shape. So it's a square with a cut out corner like this. I placed them on. I like the look of that. I changed it a few times. Is it too close to the front? Is it too close to the side? Moved it around a little. When I'd done that, I cut it out of fabric with the seam allowance, of course. And then I also opted to do top stitching on it here, so 2 rows just here, and then also add a button. At first it was here, but I found it looked better higher up. And the button is just on the outside, more for show rather than a practical use. And I just did that so that it would match the buttons down the front and also give some more interest to the pocket. So that's what I've decided to do on mine. Now, I'll show you the jacket. Here it is on the mannequin. So I really love the way that this has turned out. I love the pocket detail on it. I'll turn that way so you can see a little better. So they are quite deep. My husband says he doesn't feel they're very practical because they're quite high up, but it doesn't matter if you just want to keep something in your pockets. The idea is not that you're going to have your hands in those pockets when you're wearing it. They're an added detail, but they are still useful. I can get my hand in fully, as you can see. So I've got 2 rows of top stitching here, and I've got a double row going all the way around. And I've opted for these bronze coloured buttons. I've put 3 buttons here on mine. Now in the sample that I made, it was 2 here spaced out quite a bit further than this, and then 1 at the very top here. Now, as I said, because I have mine open, my jackets, quite often, I didn't want a buttonhole in the lapel and then the button here. So I've chosen to leave that one out. You can see it's got a bust dart just here, and I'll show you from the back. Central back seam. It is a lovely fit. So I made the 8 in the sample, and then when I made this one I made a 6 for me. Now this is my lining. I think it goes really well. It's got purple and this sort of beige colour which goes with this, and a bit of a blue. Now I'm not sure it is lining fabric. I was gifted this when somebody had a house clear out, and it does say on it Rose and Hubble London Collection. She'd had that fabric for quite a while, so I don't know how long she'd had this, to be honest. It's got a lovely silky feel to it. I don't know the exact composition of the fabric, but it does go really well, I think. So I tried mine on yesterday outside with the dress that I was wearing at the time. I'm not sure it entirely goes with that dress, but it's a very hot day and it's a summer's dress, so I probably wouldn't be wearing this with that particular sundress anyway. But I do like the look of it. It's a smart jacket. I also think it'll go really well with jeans and trousers and different separates. And I would really recommend making this pattern. It's fun to make, it's quite an easy one. If you're unsure about making a jacket with a collar, it's a good entry-level one also. So please do give it a try. Now, I did have a little trip to a fabric shop last week with my friend. We'd planned it a couple of months ago. I have been before, but we chose to go together and then stop and have a little cup of tea somewhere after. So I will share that in my next video, along with the fabric that I bought and also some fabric plans. I also had some fabric arrive that is for a dress I'm making for somebody else, and I'm making that as a gift. So I will share that in a video to come. I hope you enjoyed this today and enjoyed seeing the Harriet jacket made up. Please let me know in the comments if you've made this before and if you plan to make it in future. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Bye for now.